Hello, everybody. Welcome to the much awaited winner stream of the IBM Bob Hackathon, when you are building with one and only IBM Bob. This hackathon has taken place on May 15th to 17th. We were running fully online and we had $10,000 in the prize pool. Tons of applicants, tons of teams formed, and amazing applications built. So now let's see who built the way that left the IBM judges in awe. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Joanna. I'm a head of marketing at Native AI and LabLab AI. I'll be your MC for this stream. I'll make sure to introduce the teams, the finalist teams, the best way I can. But first of all, to those of you who haven't heard about this hackathon, let me remind you what the challenge for this hackathon was. So the participants were challenged with building a proof of concept solution using IBM Bob, which is basically an AI-powered development partner that helps developers turn ideas into a big impact way faster. So IBM Bob helped the hackers to get up to speed on existing code quickly, generate documentation and tests, or reduce effort spent on repetitive tasks that can slow the teams down. For those of you who haven't heard of IBM Bob yet, I highly encourage to go to the lablab.ai website and check it out. We've got tons of resources gathered there about IBM Bob because, yeah, that's an amazing tool. And the participants at this hackathon really proved it. For the judging criteria of all the apps built at this hackathon, we had application of technology, so how well thought the project was with a clear application of IBM Bob. So how effectively the participants used IBM Bob to build their solutions. The presentation, so the clarity and effectiveness of the presentation itself, because if you can build it but you cannot show it the right way, then it's a huge loss. Then the business value, so how impactful and practical the project itself is, and how effectively this addresses high priority issues, and of course originality, so the uniqueness and creativity of the approach the participants showed in using IBM Bob. For the prizes, we had $10,000 in the prize pool, and during this stream, we'll discover who takes the big prizes home. Let's start with introducing the finalist teams, so the top 3 teams that built the best projects during this hackathon. The big moment is coming. The finalist teams are Atlas, so Project Atlas by Team Atlas, then Project Pedigree by Team Control Cats, and the third one, Sandbox by Team 404. I really hope the team members of these amazing teams are watching us right now. If you are, huge congratulations to you, because your solutions left IBM judges speechless, and you had really big competition with the others, as this hackathon was quite hot with the LabLab community. Everybody was so excited about that, and we had a huge buzz around it, and your projects stood out. And as the prize pool is a total of $10,000, it will be distributed to 3 places. So at the end of the stream, we'll see who takes which place on the podium. Before we reveal the winners, I would like to show you the presentations that each of these teams prepared and submitted, so you can also check out what made them stand out. So it will be time to see the presentations of these teams. Let's start with the project Atlas by Team Atlas. What is it actually before we jump to the presentation? So Atlas is for developers new to a team, getting up to speed on the team's code base, because it can literally take weeks, and in just seconds, Atlas turns any public GitHub repository into a color-coded interactive visual map, providing the shape of the entire code base immediately and highlighting key entry points and modules of interest. Atlas was built and tested end-to-end collaboratively with IBM Bob across 12 sessions, where Bob held context to make iteration easier. Let's see the presentation that the team created.
This is Atlas. The idea is simple. Give it any GitHub repo and you get one image that shows you the entire architecture in 30 seconds. Built this weekend with IBM Bob. Every developer knows this pain. You join a new project, pull the repo, and spend hours scrolling file trees. Where do I start? Search, jump, search, jump. Onboarding takes weeks, not minutes. There has to be a better way. So Atlas turns every repo into a city map. Each colored district is a top-level directory. Each block is a file sized by lines of code. The orange highlights, those are the files that actually matter. Let's see it. 3 demo repos to start. Shadcn/UI, instantly rendered. 3 months of code at a glance. Each district, a folder, each block, a file. The orange blocks, entry points and hotspots. The files I'd open first if I joined this team. Zoom in, drill down, pan around. The whole thing's interactive. But Atlas isn't just for cached demos. Paste any public GitHub repo. Here's my own. 5 seconds, and there it is. My project mapped, 1 click, and you get a PNG you can share, embed, or pin to a Slack channel. 1 repo, 1 image, grok in 30 seconds. Under the hood, 4 AI-built agents in a pipeline. Ingester pulls the repo, parser reads structure, layout positions every node, annotator picks out what matters. I built each agent in a focused Bob session, with Bob holding full repo context across all 11 sessions. 48 hours, 78 tests, 1 product. Atlas is live right now at atlas-1-q-0.pages.dev. The code is open source on GitHub. Thanks to IBM Bob for being a real dev partner this weekend, and thanks to LabLab for the hackathon. Try it on your favorite repo.
I honestly love that. The project is great. I'm really curious which place this solution takes at this hackathon. But before we reveal that, let's jump to the second finalist team for this hackathon. So now let's see the presentation by Team 404 with their project Sandbox. And let me tell you a couple of sentences about that. So basically, one bad deployment and your entire production environment could experience an expensive collapse and negatively impact users. We all know that, don't we? So Sandbox is a deployment risk simulator that lets you upload your project, automatically map your architecture, give you a clear risk score and cost analysis, and also visually shows how failures might spread, so you know what to fix before deploying. IBM Bob was used here as an AI engineering partner to rapidly build the app, generating the core React components, system architecture, and integrations, cutting development time by, wait for that, about 70%. Now, let's see the full presentation by Team 404.
Picture this. One bad deployment and your entire production environment collapses. That's why we built Sandbox, the ultimate deployment risk simulator that catches catastrophic bugs before they ever hit production. Let's see it in action. We'll upload a standard repository package into our secure playground. In real time, Sandbox completely breaks down the code base. It maps module dependencies, parses API routes, and feeds the architecture straight into our custom AI simulation engine to accurately model runtime behavior. And the results are in. For this repo, the AI flags a critical risk score of 90 out of 100. Look at the timeline replay. Within seconds of deployment, sensitive credentials leak, triggering a massive system degradation. The AI risk report doesn't just guess. It isolates the exact files leaking hard-coded passwords, calculating a staggering estimated incident cost of over $15,000. But we don't just find problems. Sandbox delivers instant, actionable remediation steps to fix them. Let's look at a secure workflow. We'll test another branch, our ticket main backend service. The engine runs the same rigorous pipeline, simulating actual deployment strain and searching for hidden vulnerabilities. This time, it's a perfect green light, a risk score of just 10 out of 100. The timeline proves the Express server boots up smoothly and handles incoming requests flawlessly, reducing potential incident costs to practically nothing. Sandbox shifts security left, turning unpredictable deployments into guaranteed success. Stop guessing, start simulating.
All right, everybody who's watching us right now, I'm really curious what you think. So do not hesitate to leave your comments in the chat. We're reading that, and yeah, I really hope that the finalist teams are here with us so they can also see what you think about the project. And now, last but not least, time to see the third finalist presentation for this stream. And now we'll see Project Pedigree by the team Control Cats. So what is it actually? I've got a short description for you so you can dig in before we move on to the presentation. So on August 2nd, 2026, EU AI Act Article 50 begins fining organizations that cannot prove which parts of their software were generated by AI. Interesting, isn't it? And it's coming really soon. So around 42% of committed code today is AI assisted, and almost none of it carries provenance metadata. The Pedigree solution records audit-ready metadata and outputs a single-page code passport that renders any AI-authored commit, exact model used, the exact prompt hash, and the full chain of custody, including origin, agent signature, human approval, and verification status with a QR code linking back to itself. The IBM Bob MCP builder generated by Fast MCP server for Pedigree MCP, which exposes attest commits, verified chain, and render passport tools, Watson X AI Granite 3.38B produces natural language summaries of each attestation. Really interesting. I think the world needs that solution and needs that immediately. So time to see the presentation.
Right now, while I'm talking, somewhere a developer is prompting Claude to write an authentication module. Cursor is generating a payments handler. Bob is scaffolding an entire API. None of those commits will record which model wrote the code. None will record who approved it. None will survive an audit. The European Union AI Act goes live in 78 days. The fine is 3% of global revenue. And today, if an auditor asks which parts of your code base were written by AI, every single company on earth has the same answer. We don't know. I built something that fixes that. This is Pedigree, C2PA for source code. Every AI-authored commit gets a code passport. It records the exact model, the exact prompt hash, the exact approval chain, signed cryptographically and logged in a public transparency log. 42% of code committed today is AI-assisted. The European Union AI Act enforces August 2, 2026. And right now, 0 standards exist for tracking AI authorship in source code. That is the gap Pedigree fills. Every AI-authored commit flows through 6 cryptographic checkmarks. Code is written. Bob's provenance officer may detect the commit. The MCP server builds a structured predicate. ED25519 signs a DSSE envelope. 6 stores record, anchors it in a public transparency log, and the code passport is ready. 3 authorship kinds: human-only, AI-assisted, AI-autonomous. Pedigree detects which one automatically. Let me prove it. Everything you are about to see is real. Real AI generation, real cryptographic signing, real commits to GitHub, real entries in 6 stores public transparency log. I am selecting IBM's Granite model, prompting it to write a rate limiter function. Granite is writing the code right now, not a pre-built snippet. Real inference, real tokens. AI autonomous, pedigree detected that I did not write any of this. Now, I cannot sign this yet. AI generated code requires human approval, and this is not a checkbox. My browser just generated a one-time ECDSA P256 key pair and signed a hash of this code with my identity. That signature is now part of the attestation. It cannot be faked, server side. Creating a real Git commit via GitHub API, signing with AD25519DSSE, submitting to 6 stores record transparency log. Done. Real commit SHA, real record UUID. Model Granite 4.1, 8B authorship, AI autonomous verified. This is what an auditor sees. One URL, full chain of custody. Origin, who committed, when, from, where. Agent signature, Granite 4.1, IBM provenance, officer mode. Human approval, approved, ECDSA, signature attached. Cryptographic signature signed with ED25519 key pair, full chain verified. Every field, real model identity, real hashes, real approval signature. This is 6 stores public transparency log. Real entry, real public key, real signature. Anyone on earth can verify this entry right now. Now watch, different model GPT-4o mini from OpenAI. Same pipeline, the attestation will record that OpenAI's model wrote this code, not Frinout. Switch between Gemini, GPT, Claude, Granite, Llama, Grok. The attestation always records which model actually wrote which code. And if I type manually, the badge switches to human only. No approval needed, no AI involved. Recorded honestly. Bob is the engine behind all of this. We built a custom provenance officer mode that reads agents.md for list risk classification, gates high-risk commits on human approval, and refuses to push unsigned code. 3 custom skins. The MCP server runs over Studio Transport, works with Bob, Cursor, Windsor, any MCP client. 14 Bob sessions exported, covering the full cycle. Let me tell you what you just saw. Real code generated by IBM's Granite module, real cryptographic signing with ED25519 DSSE envelopes. A real entry in 6 stores public transparency log that you can verify right now. A real browser-side ECDSA approval signature that proves a human reviewed the code before it was signed. Not a prototype, not more data, production infrastructure. In 78 days, every company using AI to write code will need to answer one question. Who wrote this? Pedigree is the answer. Every AI commit deserves a passport. Thank you.
All right, everybody. I'm also curious what you think about this solution. So let us know in the live chat. And now it's all the presentations that we've got for today, as we had 3 finalist teams in total. And now it's time to reveal the big winners. So the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's start with the 3rd place. The 3rd place winner getting $2,000 is Sandbox by Team 404. Team 404, you did amazing, and congratulations on scoring the 3rd place at the IBM Bob Hackathon. Really, really nice job. Let's jump to the 2nd place. The 2nd place winner of the IBM Bob Hackathon, getting $3,000 is Team Atlas with the Project Atlas. Huge congratulations to the team. And the big winner of the hackathon, the 1st place winner getting $5,000 in cash, is Team Control Cats with the Project Pedigree. To all the winners, you did amazing. And of course, to all the participants, we always have a limit of winners. Not everybody can win, but remember to treat it as a lesson and a huge learning experience. So it's not only about the prize in the end, it's also about the experience that you get from every single hackathon, the mentorship that we provide. And yeah, the more hackathons you participated, the better for you. Because I'm sure that if you're consistent, your moment will, in the end, come. So who knows, maybe next time you are the winner. And regarding that, I would like to quickly introduce you to our upcoming hackathons, so you can keep the momentum going and join the next one on your way. So starting with Band of Agents Hackathon. This is a fully online hackathon running from June 12th. And we've also got $10,000 plus in the prize pool. At this hackathon, we're building with Band. So guys, go to the lablab.ai website, check it out, because the tool itself is amazing, and you've also got a chance to experiment with Featherless and AIML API at this hackathon. I also saw that this hackathon is very hot and and a lot of folks in the LabUp community keep discussing it, and everybody actually wants to join that. So the competition will be high. However, it's really worth to take part in it, as you can build from anywhere. The next hackathon that we're running, everybody who's tuning in from the US, listen closely. This is an amazing, exciting hackathon that in San Francisco that we're running with Qualcomm, Meta, GitHub, PyTorch, and Executors. This is the Executors hackathon in San Francisco, June 27 and 28. And watch out, at LabLab, we usually do hybrid hackathons. However, this one is happening fully on site. So 2 days of building in San Francisco. And what is exciting here? The competition is also high, because only 30 teams will be selected to participate, and every single team, when they enter, they get Samsung S25 Ultra to build on. So pretty exciting, great prizes. The venue itself is amazing, because we're doing that also with Bright Data at the newly, freshly opened Web Data Loft in SF. So guys, anyone from SF, you cannot miss that. And last but not least, AMD Developer Hackathon Act 2. This is a hybrid hackathon that starts on July 6th and lasts till July 11th. We'll also have the on-site part in here, but for now, we're keeping the location secret. So you can build from anywhere. We've got $10,000 in the prize pool, but it keeps growing. So as we'll be revealing the exact challenges for this hackathon, we'll let you know more. Also, every new partner that joins is surprising us with new set of prizes. So this is just the start. And mind that almost 11,000 people participated in the first edition. So if you missed that, that's a pity, but now you've got a chance to fix it and take part in the second edition. Also, every single person that joins this hackathon can also join the AMD AI Developer Program. So yeah, basically joining the AMD AI Developer Program is mandatory to take part in this hackathon. But listen up, what it gives you. Everybody who joins the program gets free $100 in AMD cloud credits as a start, access to AMD Academy, so tons of resources for you to help you build with AMD tech or learn AI and escalate your AI journey. We'll have tracks for both beginners and advanced builders, so there's space for everybody. You really cannot miss that. So guys, go register and keep the momentum going. I, as always, encourage you to share your journey, because you spent so much time and effort building these amazing solutions that it would be a pity to keep them just to yourself. So share your journey on socials and let others know what you've built. And now the only thing I've got left to say is thank you, hackers. Again, you did amazing. Congratulations to the winners. You'll be contacted soon so that we can distribute your prize. Yeah, again, another hackathon done. Thank you to everybody that was building with us, and those of you who didn't, you can fix it by registering for one of our next hackathons. So head over to lablab.ai, secure your spot, and build the next big thing. Thank you, everybody, and see you on the next one.